Hello YouTubers, hnobleh here, doing a little quick video on a problem that I just found that may be the reason why some of these large capacity magazines do not feed well, especially for the first few rounds. Um, I found that when you insert the magazine that it tends to hang down like that. See how that thing will pop back? See that right there? Now that little movement, and I'll zoom in for you here, but that little bit of movement is a big problem in the overall angle that the bullet will trace or will be placed into the chamber. So here's what happens. I'll show you here now. Watch this. See? And you can visibly see that in the chamber too, but dadgum, that it looks like this spring on the mag release is just not quite strong enough to hold these magazines. See, now sometimes it'll do that, but mostly when the gun is up vertical like this is when it'll actually foul up on you. But take my word for it, this thing is a big problem with these larger magazines. So my solution is that at some point in time, I'm going to acquire a stronger spring. I'll go to the hardware store and pick up a stronger spring. I don't think that's any kind of a big deal, but you can get these things to do that regularly when you put them in, because typically you're jamming them in like that, and sometimes they'll just hang up. Now this gun has been cleaned. I cleaned it thoroughly yesterday, so it may not do it too badly. And on these magazines, these Butler Creek mags, I don't really have a problem with feeding on these, except just occasionally once in a while. So, but on this magazine, it's by, oh gosh, I can't find the brand name on it now. Let's see. It's on here very lightly on here. It's not put on, oh there. I can't read it. Let's see. It's ProMag. Okay, it's called a ProMag. It has, apparently it has steel there. So these are aluminum, but that really shouldn't cause a problem. But the big problem comes when you stick it in. First of all, the foregrip won't fit when it's fully down. You put it in, and that thing hangs down like that. And that definitely changes the angle at which the bullet will be picked up and carried into the chamber. Although you would think that since the bullets pop up into the recess on the bolt head, that they would be captured and they would head straight in, but that's not the case entirely, I guess. So I'm going to get a stronger spring. If I had a stronger spring, it might tend to push that out a little bit. Oh, by the way, on this stupid magazine here, I want you to notice the difference between the ProMag and the Butler Creek mags. Look at that button here. See how that is? That's like the original, the diameter of the factory mags, and this one is so much smaller, giving it all that wiggle room. So that's another problem with these mags here. This one works pretty good in this gun. I've got the gun tuned up pretty nice, and I don't have any trouble with any of these 1022 circular round rotary mags, and I have no trouble at all with these things. But you know, check that on your gun and see if that is a problem, and if they're hanging up like that. And it's just another little thing that I found that might help you with your feeding problems on your own 1022. So catch you later, YouTube.